Hello! And we're back. Because I decided not to spin the wheel because I just want to at least beat this case before I hop onto the next game. We're in the past. Hey, it's Miss Bone. Oh, Mr. Bender. Mr. Bender. Mr. Fender, Mr. Edgewater. I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday. She looks rather tired. Has Mr. Von Kammer finished interrogating you? Yes, though he only seems interested in how I melted those sculptures. Are you here to see Mr. Tangaroa, too? Yes, I'm terribly worried about him. Detective Bad? What are you doing back there? Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene soon. Not sure how anyone just happens to be at a detention center, but okay. Good morning. What did they do to you? They didn't seem to want to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired. They're not letting you sleep? That's not police work, that's torture! What's going on here, Detective Bad? I'm not the one doing the interview. It's the guy they put on the case before me. I like Von Karma's methods about as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help. It was Detective Bad who got me out of there. I'll still be in that interrogation room right now if it weren't for him. Detective Bad is really trying to look out for Mr. Tangaroa in his own way, it seems. Alright, Eddie, let's share yesterday's findings with Mr. Tangaroa. Got it, Mr. E. My notepad is at the ready. I hate that delay. Mr. Tangaroa, we find quite a bit if you'd like to hear it. Of course, thank you. Are you alright, Mr. Tangaroa? You seem kind of spaced out. I'm fine. I think my blood sugar might be running a little low. Damn, son. That was a hell of a misspeak. Do we have anything to give him that might give him a little energy boost? Yes, we have some candy, I believe. Huh? Is that chocolate? For me? Oh, those are the chocolates I wish I could give them to you, Mr. Tangaroa, but the rules here don't exactly allow me to do so. Oh, that's a shame. But rules are rules, I suppose. There must be some way we could hand them to him. I hope Detective Bad is noting the meaningful looks in his direction. Let me take a look at them. If they seem legit, I might consider passing them on to the suspect. Thank you, Detective Bad. My hero! Oh, God. I'm touched. Thank you, Detective. Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. Here. You don't know how much this means to me. Yeah, keep it down, will ya? For both our sakes. Of course, Detective, I wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Now to sample these treats. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot. I didn't do it for you. It was my call. Guess you're not just a bad guy after... God damn it! Oh, the sweetness. I feel like a man reborn. Were they your handiwork, Judy? Yes, how were they? Feel them melt, soft and smooth. Chocolate that comfort or soothe. Ear to ear, ear to toe. Smile and savor the taste as it flows. Yeah, delicious. They're not exactly beautiful, but they're sweet and oh so flavorful. Thank you, Judy. I'm so glad you liked them. Can't believe that they synchronized the text to the damn music. And I'm glad you're back to your old self. My apologies, friends. Food they serve here is just so flavorless. Between that and the lack of sleep, I was ready to collapse from sheer despair. Wow, is the food here really all that bad? Just the usual, French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that. Yes, and yet I couldn't taste the thing. Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene. Before you go, Detective, do you have any new information to share? Oh yeah, you were right about the victim's identity. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he was known as Paul Haliqui. Artie Frost was Paul Haliqui? I never would have imagined. Poor Mr. Haliqui. So the famous French sculptor wasn't a Frenchman after all, huh? This will certainly explain why Mr. Haliqui was such a recluse and refused to show his face in public. He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently. A bunch of Zodiac statues. Guess you'll never finish them now. He never finished his greatest masterpiece? Nah, seems he was making statues for each season. But he never got around to the winter constellations. The winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini? Oh! I didn't know that was a thing I could do. So the two he made out of ice would have completed the set. Yeah, now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Miss Bond. I wasn't blaming you. One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of a spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make. Which means he was always strapped for cash. We're checking to see if there was any chance someone called in a debt. I guess not even famous artists are safe from money problems. Do you have any idea why he entered the confectionery contest? None. God didn't even tell his family. I see. I don't. Alright, I really ought to get going. I'll go fetch another guard. But I can't be hanging around here any longer. Understood, Detective. We'll see you again shortly. He's a good man. No, he certainly is. And an uncompromised one. Somebody who can be trusted and stand up what he believes in. And to scare the pants off anybody he knew he meets. Now you're going to tell me what you learned yesterday? Of course. Allow me to give you a full report. Thank you for that. And allow me to apologize in Judy's behalf. I'm so sorry. It's fine, Mr. Tangaroa. As I told her yesterday, the important thing is that we learn the truth in the end. Now, would you mind if I ask you a question or two? By all means. I'll gladly share all I can. Singing! What can you tell me about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest? Let's see. There was Miss Scone. I loved her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semifinal. But disappointing, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts. And there was actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semifinal as well. Which was? It tasted identical to Mr. Frost. It may have looked different, but I could have sworn I was eating the same thing. Huh? What exactly did his work look like? Oh, there should be a photograph back at my mansion. I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth. Much appreciated, Miss Bound. The more I hear her last name, the more I worry about what meaning they could have put on that. But Mr. Frost's entries for the final, that was truly sublime. So you ready to finish judging it? Even though his body has been discovered in the meantime? Yes, I wasn't aware of what happened until after I completed my assessment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took the liberty of sampling a bit. Hard to liar, I believe. I never tasted anything like it. It was like a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song. I'm sorry, you're saying that the lyre tastes good? I'd like to hear more about that if you don't mind. Quite sure it was the lyre you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work? I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini statue, which was the only sculpture in that display case. Mr. Tangaroa, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? So the part you tried was the lyre. The one shown here without any strings? No, there were strings originally. That was the part I ate. So the strings were missing because Mr. Tangaroa ate them all and he enjoyed them. Yum num 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 num. Miss Gump told us he ate part of the lyre as well, but she said it was far too salty for her to finish. Then it's true. The truth is, I've suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste. Something wrong? How exactly? There's a taste disorder characterized by inability to detect salty flavors. And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I ate so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took a while for me to even notice. But there's no denying it now. That will explain why the food here seems so locked to him. But your taste buds are your livelihood. Even if there was some long-term treatment, I highly doubt a total cure of your condition exists. And unless, you should put in a request for the police for a proper evaluation. Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back at my mansion. You do? I do. You could take for a look at it for yourself if you like. Samson, we can't sell that recipe to just anyone. Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just anybody. He's my attorney, and I have no secrets from him. Yes, you're right. Of course, if that is what you wish. What on earth is the secret recipe for a miracle cure they've been hiding? Well, I suppose I should be getting back. All right. We'll be right behind you. Judy? Yes, Samson? There's more to life than just me. Please, Judy, think about the life you want to live. Because I won't always be around. The heck is up with the sticks here? No, don't say that. Without you, I don't have a life to live. So I'll be right here, right there at the mansion, until you come home. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Miss Bond! Judy. Whoa, she's really upset. I thought I saw tears in her eyes. Why do you say all that to her? Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting my needs ahead of her own. What do you mean? The Harlequin collection, the candy making. It's all because she thinks these things will make me happy. She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person and choose her own destiny. Last thing I want is for her to miss out on all that life has to offer because of me. I guess that makes sense. He really does see her as their own child. A parent wouldn't want their child to walk their own path. What parent wouldn't do anything they could to protect them? I know how exactly he feels in this moment. I think I asked everything I can for now, Mr. Tangaroa. We should be getting back to the scene of the crime. No, you're leaving? I see. I suppose I'll head back to the interrogation room for another session. Ah, yes, we'll have to do something about that. You'll speak to the police for me? That too, but I'm putting something else in place as well. An ace our sleeve for when the time comes. Hey. I look forward to learning more. I'm counting on you, Mr. Edgeworth. We'll be back to brief you, Mr. Tangaroa, every day. And Judy, too. Thank you, Eddie. I look forward to it. Mr. Tangaroa, your integrator will do everything in his power to extract the confession from you. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. But please, you have to do everything you can to hold out. If you can't, Mr. Von Karma will use that confession against you for as long as the case lasts. It will make it that much harder for me to save you. I understand, and I'll try. I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangaroa. You have my word on that. What the heck? Detective Bat, thank you again for what you did earlier. Yeah, thanks a ton. What are you talking about? There's no need to be shy about it. Never mind that now. I'm guessing you two are back here, looking to investigate some more. We are indeed. We need something solid if we're going to save Mr. Tangaroa. Well, I hate to break it to you, but apart from this room, the whole place is on lockdown. What? But we need to see those other rooms. This is Mr. Van Karma's doing, I presume. Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guys probably got a hand in that too. And I don't expect to speak with anybody except us cops and Miss Mount. Everybody else is gone. I doubt Von Karma will be handing out phone numbers. It's all just a game to him. Why does he have to go so far? So what's your plan of action, detective? Same as before. Do what I can to help you uncover the truth, like I promised. You have my gratitude. Just you wait, Mr. Von Karma. We're gonna beat you and your bad 30 tricks. Detective, may we conduct a brief investigation of the area? Sure. But like I said, everywhere else is off bounds. Off bounds? Capcom, what were your localizers thinking with that term? You probably won't be seeing those rooms again. That's fine. As long as there's at least some way of continuing our investigation, we'll make do. Excuse me, may I ask what you're investigating? Sure. I'm analyzing fountains of water to see what might be in it, sir. And what did you find out? Chocolate. What looks like the kind of flavoring and coloring used in frozen desserts, sir. Composition of that chocolate seems to be the same as that of Mr. Tangaroa's work. And the flavoring and coloring match profile those in Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. Those little rivers flow from all four rooms right here into this fountain. Guess that's how the stuff from the melted sculptures wound up in there. And that's not all, sir. We also found blood. What? Why is there blood in the water? Think back to our investigation of the murder scene, detective. Take a look at the scene in front of us, detective. Regular physical blood that should be here is clearly missing. You're right. I don't remember anybody mentioning they removed the blood along with the body. The victim blood was mysteriously absent, as was part of the treasure chest it had pulled on. believe the blood probably belonged to...
Take that!
The victim, huh? I'll have the guys compare it with the blood on the murder weapon. It's a match. Blood in the fountain is frost. But why would someone want to send the victim blood down soon into the fountain like this? There's a lyre here, and some maracas designed to look like ice cream cones. So well made, it's hard to tell what's candy and what's not just by looking. I reached out and touched them, but I'll be disturbing the crime scene. Hands off, I already checked them out. They're real. Check them out how exactly? Can you manhandle vital evidence, detective? I didn't touch them, not with my hands at least. Did he? Never mind. I don't want to picture it. Miss Bound, we're here to continue our investigation. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry about earlier. She's still looking kind of down and dumb, Mr. E. She must have been taken greatly aback by what Mr. Tangaroa had to say. I found this photograph of the semi-final entries for you. Here, it's all yours. Wow, Mrs. Scone sure do know how to make a cute cake. Yes, Samsung loved their design for that one. He loved the design and flavors of Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entry too. Only problem was, as Samsung mentioned earlier, they tasted exactly the same. However, their respective entries for the file tasted nothing alike, it seems. Was there anything else of note that changed between the semi-final and the final? Nothing major, but I guess there was one thing. Mr. Gusto's son was always here with him throughout the contest, but he's nowhere to be seen during the final. Why would his son come and hang out at a contest venue of all places? Sure happy for us to keep a hold of this? Of course. I hope it helps with your investigation. Oh, and I also have a book containing recipes for the cure Samsung mentioned. I've seen this book before. It was in the chocolate frame in Tangaroa's room. That's right, he put it on display there so that everybody could see the grand prize. What? Care for the ultimate? Is in the ultimate cookbook? So it's not a dessert of dessert recipes, I take it? Oh no, you told the contestants, of course. But I guess nobody told you yet. I'd like to hear more about the cookbook if you don't mind, Miss Bound. So if I understand correctly, the Ultimate Cookbook is actually a collection of recipes for different medicines? Exactly, or rather, all the new medications that haven't made it to market yet, to be precise. To write buyer of pharmaceuticals, for example, it would be worth a fortune. What? I make that the grand prize in a confectionery contest. Miss Mr. Tangaroa is the sole heir to the Tangaroa family fortune. Perhaps you heard of the Tangaroa Group? Tangaroa Group? Yeah, I think I heard of it from somewhere before. It's a major pharmaceutical company. Corporation sells all kinds of pills and poisons. Oh yeah, that new coat, Killer Pro, has been making some waves since it went on sale. I always reach for a coat killer when I'm feeling under the weather, which is never, as far as I've seen. Yeah. I'd like to hear more about the Tangaroa Group, if you don't mind. So did Mr. Tangaroa not want to take over for his family and go into the family business? No, he preferred the ideas of making people's lives better through the power of confectionery. His parents spurned him in his quest to become the best in the world. And when they passed away, he inherited the cookbook. But man, her hair. Why does she have Sonic-style hair? Hey, Ace. But why would he make such valuable heirloom a mere contest prize? He's been hounded by so many people looking to make that book their own, he was tired of it. But it would have been an insult to his parents simply to give it away. So he decided to find somebody who felt it was worthy of it. I bet the board of directors loved that. Hand over the fruits of all their expensive research to someone else. They hated the idea, of course, which is why Feliciana entered the contest. The Tangaroa Group wanted her to win the book back for them. So he knew she was a pharmacist all along? Not yet, we're in the past again. Yes, and not only that, I told her how to appeal to Samsung taste. I try to help her win. But why? I want to protect Samsung by protecting the Tangaroa Group. If that book fell into another corporate company's hands, the board would never forgive them. So I wanted to find a way to keep it with the company, but in a way Samsung couldn't object to. So that's how Mrs. Scone managed to make it so far in the contest. She had no business taking part in. Miss Scone wasn't the only one pretending, was she? Mr. Frost wasn't really a confectioner either. He still made it all the way to the final, just like she did. Not bad. Yes, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Such a talented sculptor and a gifted crafter of desserts, too. Gifted indeed, judging by the standard of his work in the final. But how did one man produce pieces of that size and quality in such a short period of time? I'm not sure I have much more to tell you. But if there's anything else I can help you with, I'll be happy to, of course. She's certainly very keen to ensure that she does all she can for Mr. Tangaroa. Yeah, this particular game doesn't take... Well, there was one case, but in general, this particular set of games don't take place in the courtroom at all. That's the mainline games that have the courtroom stuff. I could certainly use a cup of tea the tea you made us yesterday, if you wouldn't mind. I think it might help move the investigation along nicely. Ooh, I'll have some too. Your tea is to die for, Miss Bound. Now, how can I possibly refuse? I'll bring it right out. You know, I think that cheered her up a little. What? God damn it. I didn't get a chance to do all the, optional. not expect to go through this stuff that quickly. But there's still one question involving Mr. Gusto for which we never got an answer. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto? I just noticed that his scar just happens to line up with the tear on his hat. So he was wearing that hat when he got that scar on his face. Now there's a story I want to hear. Went into Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why? Sure, I would. Silence! You would not give that the judge being set ablaze, not really, but the courtroom is like the standard stage. Let me get the URL in a copyable format. What the name? Apollo. Wow, that's that's like the later half of that's the second trilogy. Yeah, he was a character you played as in the 4th, 5th, and 6th games in the main series. What was he doing in Mr. Frost's room? And that's not all. I also have questions about the work he submitted for the semifinals. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to buy those games. A confessioner who admits lacking design sense and a sculpture with it in spades. Mr. Gusto could not have hoped to win such high-level contest by himself. Which one began to wonder if there was some sort of connection between him and Mr. Frost. Detective. I need to ask Mr. Gusto a few more questions. His story doesn't quite add up for me. Me neither. We need to figure out how to get in touch with him. Oh, do you now? Okay. Ah. This guy. Good luck with that, because I have no intention of allowing it. Mr. Von Karma. I'm already in the midst of my own investigation into Gusto, so there's no need for the likes of you to pester him with the same questions again. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I will, however, be happy to answer any questions you might have. Seems dead set on he seems dead set on preventing me from talking to Mr. Gusto, in which case... Oh, apparently I read that the new remakes put in the word filter. So you can't... And as I remember, what were one of the example names that you could name your rivals, like Shitface or something like that? Forgot what the other name they use as an example. Fine, then allow me to take you up on your offer. Very well. What is it? I'd like you to tell me about the connection between Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost. Ah! Oh my god, that is a weird background. I swear, some people just don't have lives. The connection between Gusto and Frost? It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest. And that's all? That's all I have to say to you. But that doesn't help us at all. We'll have to confront him with evidence if we want to draw the truth out of him. And it's imperative that we do. He's clearly hiding something. Oh yeah, and there's also the fact that some people are just lucky. Hold it! Yes, there must have been a connection of some kind. And if you will cease your baseless interruption, I'll be happy to tell you what it is. If this was a courtroom, I would have removed you. Blah, 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 blah. But isn't that solely the judge's purview? Yeah, the judge Von Karma will probably have dancing to his tune. But even judges are scared of him. Won't be an easy trial, that's for sure. Please, Mr. Von Karma, continue. That is what? How did they design that setup?
Objection!
Objection! I wonder if you could look at the two confections in the foreground for me, Mr. Von Karma. They were made for the contest semifinals. Both are quite exquisitely crafted, wouldn't you agree? Get to the point. As the nameplate suggests, these were Mr. Gusto's and Mr. Frost's entries. Mr. Gusto told us that the confectionery design was far from his strong suit. And yet, his work in the picture is just as good as Mr. Frost. Exactly as good. In fact, you learn from another witness that the two entries also taste the exact same.
Objection!
What are you suggesting? I'm just suggesting they were helping one another out. You know what? I want to mimic that thing next time he does it. There. Got ahead of time. Of course, I'm not wearing a shirt with a collar, so I can easily choke myself with my own tie. Gotta be careful. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Like I said, I want to imitate his pose when he does it, because there's a pose where he's like adjusting his tie. I just want to mimic it. Well, at first, god damn it! Now that I'm looking. It soon has become apparent that there are significant similarities in how they were put together. They are made of the same ingredient, taste the same, and share similar design aesthetic. This picture is proof positive the two were working together. If you figured that much out, I suppose there's no point in denying it. Mr. Von Karma knew all along they were cooperating? But I'll warn you, none of what you are here will be to your advantage. Jeez. I am so glad we put his ass in jail in the first game. Let me confirm what you seem so desperate to prove. Gusto and Frost were indeed working together. Gusto spilled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night. It seems they were helping one another right until the day before the final. What's even more interesting is the flowers look the exact same. They're cloning. So you knew the two were cooperating. Mr. Von Karma, why are you trying to bury the truth?
Objection.
Please, enough with the petty slander. I merely want to avoid you poking your nose around before I could provide proper context in court. It simply slipped my mind trying to explain that to you. Doesn't explain why it's being so slippery with the facts, though. I need to figure out what it is he's hiding. I can't let things in like this. Yeah, I might have to because nothing's really sticking out.
Hold it.
So you didn't know there was a connection between the two. Why were you trying to hide it? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I don't just hand out information like candy. And certainly not to the defense. Not like the lollipop nursing fool of a detective over there. You do things your way, and I'll do them mine. Good Lord. You wonder why I refuse to share information with a traitor like you. Nope. Like I said, in the first game, we managed to cause him to get arrested and jailed and convicted. He also spelled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night.
Hold it!
Last night, after Mr. Frost's work melted, correct? Yes. I interviewed Gusto personally. Yeesh. One-on-one with Mr. Von Karma. That must have been terrifying. Yeah, you shoot the guy in the hat and the glass is dead. He murdered. I think me and Straw were talking about that case last week. You could watch the anime, Ace Attorney anime, or you could look for Let's Plays of the first game. Unless you want to get the game yourself, it is on Switch. Okay, so apparently the 6... Holy crap, it's on sale. So the main 6 games are on sale right now for $26.99. How much is the first one then? Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. And that is $29.99. Capcom! What the fuck? You have a bundle deal with 2 games for the price of one of them. I imagine Mr. Gusto probably meditated his way through the difficult parts. He most certainly did not, every time he closed his eyes. Yes, Capcom makes these games. So if you happen to have something against Capcom, just keep that in mind. I brought him back with the almighty snap. No one dare please the 5th with me. Did that even work on him? And now, it's how I was able to perfectly learn every last detail. And that is how I was able to perfectly learn every last detail of Gusto's and Frost's relationship. By the way, the case with this dude involved a parrot. We took a parrot to the witness stand. What's hilarious was that because of Steam Nets Fest, something on the Nets Fest page came up and it was like, so you're looking at it, was like, wait, what the fuck games did I buy on Steam that is owned by that Square Enix published? It was funny.
Hold it!
Yes. Why were they cooperating? Gusto's sense of design is subpar, and Frost was an amateur confectioner at best. Neither of them stood a chance at making it through the contest alone. So what was their end game? Why cooperate only until the day before the finals? Gusto claims to have ended this game. Allegedly, he wanted to win the final on his own merits. What was Gusto's piece? I forgot. Did we even investigate that? His one and only goal really was to be crowned the world's best confectioner. And his pride would not allow him to do so with the help of another. Cheaters can only ever win hollow victories, I guess. I was under the impression their collaboration only lasted through the semifinals. But I'm starting to think it might have lasted up through the final itself. You know what? I am curious now. Oh, the sale is not on Steam. Boo. What the fuck? Oh, right. I forgot those games were 3D. The Apollo games were 3D. Hold on a moment. I'm going to take advantage of this sale. Oh my God! So the Apollo games are $50, and the Phoenix Wright games is $30, and the bundle is $27. Direct download, password. It's too good of a deal to pass up. Switch to death. And purchase. Mr. Von Kamba, I'd like to ask you some more about how long they work together for, if you don't mind. If you must. Gusto's sense of design is subpar. And Frost. Oh. What's the... I forgot. Freaking mouse, get out of my way!
Hold it!
You really believe they were cooperating until the day before the finals and just simply stopped? It seems a little strange to me, wouldn't you agree?
Objection.
I have told you the truth. Whether you find it strange or not is none of my concern. He was concerned enough to hide it from me only just a few minutes ago. Which means there must have been a reason for that. I'm gonna save Scum.
Objection. Objection. Objection.
There we go. Miss Scone is on record as having described Mr. Frost's creations as scrumplicious. While he was certainly skilled, I doubt he even could have been a world-class professional overnight. Seems far more likely to me that he and Mr. Gusto were still cooperating during the finals.
Objection.
How many times must I explain this to you? Assertion requires proof, and one person's entirely subjective statement is not proof of anything. Besides, even amateurs can occasionally make delicious food. Perhaps Frost was simply lucky. My wife, for example, is an amateur who cooking puts first-class chefs to shame. How is that not an entirely subjective statement? Furthermore, you're ignoring another crucial part of the pharmacist's testimony. Namely, she also described some of Frost's work as having been unbearably salty. In other words, your actually shows that Frost failed to produce the perfect confectionery. Tisk, tisk, tisk. No more objections, I take it. Must be some way I could prove Gusto and Frost were still collaborating. Mr. E? There's something that's been on my mind. Yes? What is it, Eddie? Mr. Frost's entry for the final. Wouldn't it have taken a while for it to make? I would imagine so. Making flavor water, freezing it all, and then carving 2 whole sculptures? Could he really done that all and help Mr. Gusto with his work? If it was me, I barely gotten as far as setting the flavored water up to the freeze part. I just can't see how Mr. Frost could have pulled it off. Perhaps there's some orderly instinct in you after all, Eddie. Yeah. Did you need another piece of paper? Your pondering certainly points to another possibility. Eddie swallowed it! Eddie's right. Mr. Frost would have needed to freeze his own large block of ice to create his... Yes, he ate a piece of paper. One of the animations I just saw that he rips a paper from his notepad, crumps it up, puts it in his mouth, and he starts chewing on it, then he swallowed it. And there wouldn't have been time to do that during the contest itself. So what must Frost have done in order to finish his flavored ice entry within time limit? So it's either 1 or 3. Day before the final. He must have made the flavored ice day before, and all he would have to do was sculpt it. What are you muttering about now? Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something, that's all. I realize you are correct. What? Mr. E? I hope you know what you're doing. Oh? Accepting defeat at last, are we? Hey, the only thing I'm accepting is that perhaps one of the things you said was true. They were helping one another right up until the day before the final. Just as you say, the day before the final really did mark the end of their collaboration. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze. And whose flavor would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto? Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me, that he helped Frost until the day before the finals. In that case, why didn't Mr. Frost participate and help Mr. Gusto in return?
Objection.
I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead.
Objection.
Perhaps not. But I imagine Mr. Gusto could tell us, so why don't you let us speak with him? Or do you still insist your interrogation was as thorough as you claim? How dare you call my methods into question? That's not my intention. I just don't understand why you would obstruct the perfectly valid line of inquiry. Give me one good reason why you're keeping Mr. Gusto from me. One reason, certainly. Oh, okay, so those are basically just... How and why Frost and Gusto's collaboration have absolutely no bearing on this case.
Objection!
How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their relationship had broken down for some reason, that could very well have been the motive behind this murder.
Objection!
Could it indeed? And why did Gusto himself tell me all about it? Why did the man seem so keen of accusing the details of his collaboration with the prosecution? Please tell me you have some proof to back up your preposterous suspicion this time. Mr. Gusto only acted suspiciously one time that we know of. And I imagine Mr. Von Karma is aware of exactly what that suspicious action was. Which means this is probably a trap. Well, cat got your tongue? But even if this is a trap, I can't back down now. Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room, and we still don't know why. That fact alone is reason enough to suspect him. Tisk, tisk, tisk. If that is your only concern, then allow me to clear it up for you. I knew it. It was a trap. I was saving this for the trial, but consider it a taste of things to come. Plus, I hate for the proceeding to drag out because of your needless interjections. Here, take a look at this. Get a load of this. Wait. That's Gusto and Frost and their sons. Gusto snuck into Frost's room in order to retrieve this photograph. But why? It seems their son attended the same elementary school. Gusto was concerned at the fact that Mr. Frost and his acquaintance might place them under undue suspicion. A concern that you just proved was entirely well-founded. Gusto's actions make perfect sense, and you have given me no reason to believe otherwise. No! He's never gonna let me talk to Mr. Gusto. Now, if you're quite done obstructing my investigation, I have things to be getting on with. That smug, self-righteous jerk! I'll give him something to be getting on with. What do we do, Mr. E? Mr. Tangora's finished if we can't figure something out. Things to be getting on with? What exactly could those things be? If he has a body, a murder weapon, and a suspect in custody, if the prosecution means to pursue Mr. Tangaroa, surely they have all they need. So why is Mr. Von Karma still investigating the scene of the crime? Something on your mind, Mr. E? We're missing something. Something important. Mr. Von Karma has everything he needs to proceed with the prosecution of Mr. Tangaroa. And yet, he still doesn't seem entirely confident of his case. If he was, why he refused to share that information with Detective Bad? And are you eating paper again? No, God, we're doing the puzzles. In addition, we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to the evidence that went missing. How the hell do you have body tape that's exactly shaped like the victim's position pre-cut out? I just realized that. Evidence that turned up not in Mr. Tangaroa's room, but in the most unusual place. It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost. So there's no traces of Mr. Frost's blood left in Mr. Tangaroa's room. Yet we found some in the fountain instead. Why? Do these connect? Yes! First try! Mr. Frost's blood went missing from the crime scene. But traces of it showed up in the fountain. Why go to trouble removing the blood from the scene after the body has been discovered? And why only the blood? Surely the body would also been in the way. Wait, someone had moved the body aside to get to the blood? So the body might have been moved aside or even removed from the scene of the crime entirely. After all, as far as we know, there's still no autopsy report. We learned plenty about the murder weapon and the suspect, but very little about the body itself. Our assumption thus far has been that the body has been recovered by the forensics team. But what if that assumption is false? What if Mr. Von Kamera wouldn't show Detective Bad the autopsy report out of something other than spite? What if we've been thinking about this the wrong way around all along? The question isn't, why did Mr. Von Kamera hold back the information about the body? It's, did Von Kamera even have any information about the body in the first place? How do things look from that angle? Perhaps the body hadn't been removed by the police in order to carry out an autopsy. Perhaps it already had been removed and hidden away by the culprit before their arrival. Mr. E? We heard both the rumors about Mr. Von Crest. We both heard the rumors about Mr. Von Karma's questionable methods. Fabricated witness statement, shady deal, forced evidence, even. Sure, everyone heard that stuff. What's that got to do with us now? I'll never judge a person on the basis of rumors alone. Even Mr. Von Karma. I tried my best not to let my preconception color our interactions with him. Nonetheless, it appears he may indeed be willing to trust the truth to his own end. Who is the truth? You mean he's playing dirty? I feared he might have been. It still is. I'm not about to let him get away with it. I'm returning to the prosecutor's office. Don't breathe a word about anything to that infernal attorney. Yes, sir.
Hold it!
Yes. What is it now? I have a few questions, Mr. Von Karma. about a certain fact you've been keeping from us. Really? You mean to call the methods of officially sanctioned investigation into question yet again? I'm warning you, if you instruct the police in their work any further, there will be consequences.
Objection!
It's not the police I have an issue with, Mr. Von Karma. It's you. What? Isn't it on the prosecution to work out who the real culprit of a crime is? What foolishness is this? I have no intention of debating what the prosecution role is or is not with the likes of you. Let me make one thing clear. My job is to identify suspects and ensure that every last one of them is convicted at all costs. Believe me when I say I leave absolutely no room for doubt when I present my perfect, unassailable cases.
Objection!
And how far would you go for your perfect cases? Would you create facts about the whole cloth, perhaps? And I thought you outdone yourself already. So now you intend to accuse me of fabricating evidence? I do. Because it's why you done nothing but hinder Detective Bad from doing his job at every turn. What are you talking about? You didn't shut him out of the investigation because you wanted to keep an eye on us. You did it to stop him from finding out that you don't have the body. What? He doesn't have the body?
Objection!
Ridiculous. You're clutching at straws. I will not tolerate no more of your preposterous slander. Then allow us to examine it. Prove me wrong if you can. Tisk. I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder than that. I'm under no obligation whatsoever to prove your baseless accusations one way or another.
Objection!
As you must have seen for yourself, a piece of bloody chocolate is missing from the scene of the crime. Why did it disappear? And where did it go? Hot-Eyed Joe. What does it matter? Some blood went missing from the chest where the body was found, so what? So what indeed? That's precisely my question. If the body was still at the scene when the police got here, removing the blood would accomplish nothing. However, let's suppose for a moment the body was not. If someone wanted to erase any trace of what happened in that room, then it all makes perfect sense.
Objection!
What is this petty obsession with the blood stain? But if it's so important to you, why don't you tell me where you believe it went? Of course, after all, evidence is everything, as you never tired of telling us. I believe this would back up my theory quite nicely.
Take that!
Traces of the victim's blood were found in the fountain, along with traces of chocolate from Mr. Tangaro's room. I believe the missing piece of bloodstained chocolate was dumped into the stream that flows into the fountain. It strongly points toward one certain fact. Someone purposely disposed of the blood after the body had been removed from the chest. Here. Mr. Karma, where did you find the body? You didn't find it, did you? Answer me. Where did you get your hands on that kind of evidence? You have neither the authority nor means to carry out that kind of analysis on the fountain water. No, but I do. Curse you, Bald! You better thorn at my sign from the moment you were assigned. But no longer. As of now, you're officially off the case. I was barely on in the first place. Fucking bastard. Mr. Von Karma, you still haven't answered my question. Will you admit it? Will you confirm that no body was ever recovered? Tis. It's really quite the claim, you know? One that you'll never find any proof for, I'm afraid. What must I do to get an answer out of him? Now, if you don't mind, I've given you quite enough of my precious time already. I look forward to destroying you in court. Gregory Edgeworth. So must log off of Discord. Discord? Precious logic and theories won't save you then. Nothing will. Mark my words, Mr. Von Karma. Your methods will be your undoing. No matter how hard you hide the truth, I'll bring it all to light in the end. Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you in a difficult position. Don't sweat it. It was always going to end this way. Honestly, nobody's ever sidelined me the way he did before. First time for everything, huh? Get the laser. You damn lazy cat. You know, I think you might be right about the bodies being missing. I am, and I'll prove it in court. Yeah. Well, if there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. As you know, I'm off the case now. That's very kind, and sorry to keep asking favors of you. Did that get bad? But there's one more thing. Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Come on, let me in on the secret. Alright, Eddie. The detective and I were just arranging a little insurance for the trial. I think we have enough to see Mr. Tango acquitted. I prefer to have an ace in the hole, just in case. And what is that? You'll find out in the courtroom. No, you won't. Wait, what? You're letting me join you? Of course I am. You're my assistant, after all. I'll be more than that next year. I'll be a full-fledged attorney, you know. We can take on Mr. Von Karma together. Indeed. Though I'm hoping we'll have freed Mr. Tangaroa by then. But if we're up against Mr. Von Karma, I guess we can't rule out the possibility this might take some time. Right. But we'll do everything we can in the meantime. You know you can beat Mr. Von Karma, Miss E. I believe in you. Can't allow Mr. Tangaroa to remain in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And we won't. I'll expose Mr. Von Karma's lie if it's the last thing I do. I went to look up to see how much there is. Good lord, there's a lot of stuff left to do. I won't finish this week. And that's pretty much how things went down. Those are the facts of IS-7 as far as I'm concerned. I'm finally learning the truth about my father's last case. So what happened at the trial? Well, we lost. Mr. Von Karma did a real number on us. Really? You couldn't prove that Mr. Tangaroa was innocent? Oh, we could prove it, alright. Had decent little pile of evidence in our favor. Problem was, we underestimated Von Karma. He fought even dirtier than we feared. I can imagine. Secure conviction at all costs. That was always his guiding principle. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Anywho, trial dragged on and on. The whole thing took about a year in the end. And I'll never forget the day the verdict came down. December 28th, that following year. Good lord. It's April now, so... Oh mama, we're talking over 17 years ago. Time sure does fly, huh? December 28th. I was there that day 17 years ago, sitting in the courtroom gallery. Just before the trial got started, Gregory noticed that Samsung was looking even worse than usual. Turns out the poor guy had finally reached his limit. It was so bad he even said he wanted to be found guilty. Wait, you mean they forced confession out of him? Yeah. Karma got what he's been pushing for from the very beginning. And when Gregory tried to drop the bombshell about there being no body to speak of, he learned that Karma has used the power of the police to hit him off at the past. He even had himself a fake autopsy report, but that wasn't the end of it. Karma had gotten Samsung to falsely testify against himself to be an accessory to murder in court. Combined with his confession, the poor guy's goose was well and truly cooked. But Gregory still had his ace in the hole, though. The same ace he asked Detective Bad to help him with. Exactamundo. He knew he needed one last card to play if they squeeze a confession out of Samsung. So he had Bad record all of Samsung's interrogations. I guess Detective Bad really wanted to know the truth too, huh? We all did, but he was a trooper, stayed with the case even after Von Karma took him off it. He was tied up in some other big case too. Good old Bad, they don't make them like that anymore. Anyway, Gregory presented the recordings as proof that Samsung confession was forced. You know what? It almost worked. A cop named Iron Sideman got fired. Stupid puns. Samsung's interrogator and the initial detective before Bad took the fall for pretty much the whole thing. But Von Karma didn't get away scot-free. In fact, he was disciplined by the chief prosecutor. For the one and only time in his 40-year career. Still, Samsung himself couldn't stomach another day in court. So when the guilty verdict came down, it didn't seem the end of that day, but the whole sad affair. I don't remember a lot myself, but my father's face when they declared Mr. Tangaroa's guilty. I was a young child at the time, but even I could tell how much he was hurting inside. Gregory wanted to appeal the ruling, of course. Would have done anything to clear Mr. Sampson's name. But then, well, you know what happened next. Poor guy, he never got the chance. Should have left with him that day. I always blame myself for not doing that. But I subbed that aside and obsessed over something else instead. Or rather, someone else. I hated what you did. I hated you for choosing to stick with wrong karma. I hope you can forgive me. No, you had every right to hate me. I went on to become a prosecutor as planned, and that was when Mr. Karma showed me this case file. According to these records, Mr. Tangaroga was convicted as the main culprit in Mr. Frost's murder. Nope, that's not right. Samsung was convicted as an accessory to murder. Strange. The file clearly states he was the perpetrator. Plus, I'm fairly certain that all of Frank Karma's cases were successfully solved. Mind if I take a peek at those? This file's been doctored. The part about the verdict has been changed. What? Here, feast your peepers on this. Convicted as an accomplice? That's a copy of the file they have on the record at the courthouse. And why is my copy so different? Well, you said it came from Von Karma, yeah? Freaking mouse. Move. My guess is he didn't want Gregory's son thinking there was a murder out there still at large. Didn't want you looking into it again before the statute of limitations was up. So everything I believed about the case was a lie? Like they said, we all gotta start somewhere. What's important is you know what's what now. Yeah, I'm trying to make something up real quick. Like they say, we all gotta start somewhere. What's important is you know what's what now. Statute of limitations may have run out, but the truth's still out there, you know? And he's on the fountain again. What the hell? I inherited Samson's case when your old man passed. Prosecution handed it off to somebody else too. The great Karma wasn't going to bother facing off against a rookie like me, was he? Anyway, long story short, the killer was never found, and Samsung was found guilty instead. That's terrible. Is there really nothing we can do to help him? Now, without the real perp, I'm afraid. Until then, his confession still stands. Speaking of which, I didn't find out until after the verdict had been handed down, but Karma had threatened Samsung and made him a deal. Told him if he didn't confess, he'll make sure Judy was convicted instead. How could he? Samsung knew there was no way Judy could have done it, of course. But he wasn't going to take any chances, so he did what he was told and confessed to keep her safe. Now riddle me this, Mousley boy. Why do you think Uncle Eddie just happened to be in? Yep, it's a link. It's related. Why do you think your Uncle Eddie just happened to be in prison the day Bronco Knight died? That's right. You were there to see Mr. Tangaroora. Bingo. Judy and I both promised to visit him every day. I didn't quite keep that promise, but Judy did. She never missed one visit in all these years. Come rain or shine, she always showed up. But none of that changes the fact that Samsung is still being unduly punished day after day. How heartbreaking. We gotta do something, Mr. Fender. Well, kiddo, that's actually why we came here. The ice sculptures are back in display just like they were all those years ago. We're gonna see what we can find out, right, Miles Areno? I'm a prosecutor, Fender. I don't look at these things in the same way as you or my father. Miles, but that doesn't matter right now. Speaking not as a prosecutor, but as Miles Ezra. I want to know the truth behind both of these cases, and I'm not leaving until I do. You really are old Gregory's son, through and through. Alrighty then, now that that's sorted, we can really get to work. Good thing I brought the IS-7 case file and evidence with me today, huh? Here, documents first. Who doesn't love paperwork? Am I right? The part in red ink are my annotations. Because all that stuff was happening in the past, 17 years ago. Thank you, Fender. And here's some evidence for y'all. Enjoy. There's quite a few, so take a minute to scope them out. I'll take small mountain of evidence from IS-7 incidents received from Fender. Yes, I see. I'll take a look at them in a bit. I'm going to look at them now because now I'm confused. Okay, so we got the book. Fingerprint. Salt lamp. Photo. Yay! Wow, Frost does not look happy. Bloody salt. Yum. You know, our current case is just full of loose threads too, come to think of it. Indeed. The key players of that incident 18 years ago who just happened to get caught up in another incident. Ice sculptures in the Winter Wing that are perfect replicas of the one from 18 years ago. The poison gas attacking the Autumn Ring, which had been disguised to look like the Winter Wing. 2 chemicals that were found inside the Pisces statue display case. Ubiquium and asphyxiation that form a poisonous gas when mixed together. The victim of the gas attack, Camaro Gusto, who is no stranger to the events of 18 years ago, and who is still unconscious undergoing treatment in the medical room. And finally, we came to the body floating face down in the fountain. We never did learn who that was, and the fact that the ice sculptures had melted, just as they did all those years ago. The events of the present day would appear to be immediately linked to the events of the past, which means they may be able to help us learn more about what happened 18 years ago. Sounds good to me. Let's get to investigating.
Objection!
No use this. Get your useless butt out of here. Oh, no you don't. Aren't you forgetting somebody? I could have sworn this is my investigation. Eustace is quite right. I do hope you aren't intending to obstruct him in his duties, Mr. Edgeworth. I would hate to have to add a guilty to my report to the committee. What am I guilty of now? Of course not. I'm simply offering once again to do what I can to help with this investigation. Your offer is duly noted and duly declined. Oof. She isn't pulling any punches. The identity of the body from the fountain is currently being ascertained. It's only a matter of time until we have all the information we need. Perhaps I can help you speed that process along? I think I have an idea who our mystery victim might be. What? Really? You have to tell me. It's the law. No, it ain't. Very well. Maybe it isn't just the outer surfaces that have reached surface after 18 years. There's a body in the fountain. Fountain may also be a visitor from the past.
Take that!
What is the stream quality? Oh, shit. I believe the body in the fountain is that of the man who was murdered here 18 years ago. Mr. Artie Frost. What? You're saying that was poor Chili Inks? Wait. Who the heck is Chili Inks or Artie or whatever it is you're talking? Whoever it is you're talking about. Artie Frost was a famous sculptor, useless. Although he was better known as Paul Haliqui. The sculptures on display here are all his works. No way, sounds like he did well for himself. Always good to encounter a fellow winner. Mr. Frost was also the victim of the IS-7 incident. Does Gaval knows about this IS-7 incident? Mr. Edward, the IS-7 incident is an 18-year-old case. And according to police records, the victim's body was recovered and an autopsy was duly carried out. Sure, that's what the records say, but the records can't always be trusted. What are you insinuating? That while the records may say stuff like body totally recovered, the defense back to Denver. Not that it stopped the prosecution from shutting them down hard, of course. Yeah, this is winner. What? Really? What is it, Eustace? The body. You got an ID. Some sculpture named Frost or something? So I guess Edgeworth called it? Goddess of justice! So my father's deductions were right all along. Well, Judge Gavel, I say this changes things, wouldn't you? Perhaps now you admit I might be of some use to the case, more than a certain junior prosecutor anyway? Not fair! You're trying to steal the win! I'm doing no such thing. All I want to do is uncover the truth. And if we're going to get to the bottom of what happened here, we need to work together. We do not need to do anything. You do not need to know the truth. This case is none of your concern.
Objection!
Whoa there, Judge G. I think you might be wrong about that. Another of your interruptions, Mr. Fender? Yep. See, I was in the defense team for IS-7, so this case is very much my concern. I was one of the pesky kids pushing the theory that the body had actually gone missing. The prosecutor at the time may have brushed the balls, but you can't deny the testimony of your eyes. Or to put it a little more bluntly, the prosecution case was rotten from the ground up. When there's been a miscarriage of justice caused by the prosecution, it's the committee's job to fix it, no? And who better to unpick this mess than someone who was there at the time? Unless you have an ulterior motive. Judge Gavel seems to know the facts of the IS-7 incident in some detail. I don't need this anymore. I suspect she must be here on the committee's behalf. Your connection is noted, Mr. Fender, but I fail to see how it concerns Mr. Edgeworth. He's the son of the original defense attorney and the protege to the case of the lead prosecutor. If that's not enough for you, he was at the trial too. I think it's possible he might have just a little something to bring to the table, don't you? Very well. You may both assist in the investigation, but only if we refrain from interfering with the work of others. The Winter Wing is off limits for now. This room, however, is all yours. Alrighty. Great to hear we're on the same wavelength, G. Why don't you bring it in to show we're all on the side of justice? Do not test me, Mr. Fender. Oh, God. Your permission to investigate can be revoked at any time. Duly noted, Your Honor. This is a turn up for the books, huh, Misley? We get to do our thing after all. Thank you. Thanks to your measurable help, as always. No sweat. Besides, I was mostly doing it for me. Yeah. Okay, I'll be investigating my own thing, so just holler if you find anything interesting. I will. Ow. I just bit the side of my cheeks. Okay, shall we? Heck yeah! Let the investigation commence. We're still unclear on two key facts. How Mr. Frost's body came to be where we found it, and the source of the ubiquium. You're right, we need some more intel. Indeed, let us focus on the ubiquium first and foremost. It's using stuff like dish soap and paint, right? Correct. It's also bright red in color, and it's a distinct minty fragrance. Ah, puzzle piece. Okay, sounds like we know what we're looking for. Wait, is that the only puzzle piece we got? Yep, okay. It's a man with a moon-shaped head and a woman with a sun-shaped heart head. The man's got a real pained look in his eyes, though. Is another Paul Harlequin piece? Yes, from his younger years, when he was something of a dreamer. He depicted those closest to him, but as a means of a motif taken from nature. The piece is titled My Parents. Guess the mom's shone the brightest in that house. Miss Bounce's tea set is laid out neatly on the serving cart. The pamphlet says the gallery is famous for its tea. Understandably so, the cup we were given was quite delicious. Looks like all this stuff was designed by Mr. Frost. Interesting. In that case, I think we better take a closer look. So this dishware was made by Artie Frost. It looks very fancy. Oh, it is. I'm willing to bet that this set can fit something in the thousands of dollars. Let's try not to touch any of it unless we absolutely have to. Whoa! This stuff really is worth that much? Stop it, Kay. I can see your eyes lighting up. Miss Bound really? Must be a fan of Mr. Frost like Fender said to still have all this. Hey, Edgy! What is it? Be careful with that teapot, you hear? Why is Larry so concerned all of a sudden? Honored guest. I can pour you a cup if you like. Miss Bum. Oh, Judy. I'm good, thanks. No tea for me. You two knock yourselves out. Thank you for the offer. Yes, why not? Quick break won't hurt. 2 cups coming right up. This smells great. Wow, it tastes even better than it smells. What type of tea is this, Mr. Edgeworth? It's Bayon, I believe. It's usually identified by citrus aroma, but it's bound. Is this the same blend you served this morning? Why, yes. Is it all right? Is there anything? There isn't anything wrong with it, is there? Oh no, not at all. It's just the cup you gave me earlier had a slightly different aroma. Really? That's odd. I used the exact same blend both times. I can't see what could account for the difference. Hey, what's the big deal? Quit being mean about Julie's tea, will you? What's got it under your skin, Larry? Nothing. You're just rude, that's all. You didn't even try to call me by the right name. It's Lawrence Duxnam. Dang it. You know what? I'm done. I'm not talking to you anymore. Well, that was childish, even for him. Wow, what happened over there? Let's ask him about it later, shall we? Talking to Miss Bound is more of a priority right now. We might not have any evidence to prove that she's a culprit, but it does seem likely the poison gas was her doing. Caddy containing Ceylon tea leaves. It's a well-crafted tin canister designed to prevent moisture and sunlight from damaging its contents. Not a bad thing to use considering the quality of the blend Miss Bound serves. Tablecloth, pure white, spotless. Just waiting for me to grab by the edge and clear my mind, and whoosh. Okay, I cannot stress enough how bad of an idea that would be. Oh, come on, what's the worst that could happen? Even if it goes all sideways, we'll end up with a cool tea-colored tie-dye. Yes, well, rather remain white. Plus, I don't think Miss Bond would appreciate us meddling with it. Really? But there are so many other colors that could work. Pink, sky blue, tea leaves brown. Statues of a man and a woman in old-timey clothes. Did Paul Aliqui make these as well? Yes, seems he created them later in life once he began to make a name for himself. His wife pushed him to sculpt the two of them as ancient gods, and he couldn't say no to his beloved. The title is The Beautiful Goddess Venus and Her Humble Servant. Wow, talk about putting your goddesses on a literal pedestal. From the cold room, I say this is a puddle of spilt tea. And look, there's a small chunk of ceramic in it. I guess someone must have broke something? I know that insignia. And it's a certain high strong body who might know a little something about it too. My voice is getting a little sore. So I'm just gonna end it early tonight. Good night, everyone.